Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain the solutions of the quiz questions from the topic Dynamics of Rigid Bodies from the subject Engineering Mechanics 2. The first question. Natural frequency of the system shown in figure. The four options are increases as alpha increases, decreases as alpha increases, and independent of alpha, and increase initially as alpha increases and then decrease with further increase in alpha, which means we have to identify the natural frequency of the system is increase or decrease or no change when alpha is changing. For answering this question, let's see the summary of this formula. The natural circular frequency omega n is equal to root of s upon m. That means the natural frequency of the free vibrations is totally depends upon the stiffness and mass of the body. It is independent of angle of inclination. Hence answer is C, independent of alpha. The next question. Large field guns which come to initial position after firing in shortest possible time are. The four options are underdamped, critically damped, overdamped, undamped. Undamped means it is a free vibrations. The amplitude never decrease in undamped vibrations, so it's oscillate continuously. So answer D is not possible. The remaining three options are underdamped, critically damped, and overdamped. The graph of the displacement time is shown here. Eta less than 1 means underdamped. It is undergoing the vibrations. So in our case, the guns should not vibrate. If it vibrate, it will give more forces to the soldiers, so the vibrations not allowed, hence the underdamped system is not possible. So other two options are eta equal to 1, eta greater than 1. Eta equal to 1 means it is the critically damped, and eta greater than 1 means it is overdamped. In both the cases, the system not produce any vibrations. So these two characters are needed for the guns. However, in overdamped system, it takes very long time to come to rest. That is, this curve shows that things, even it may reach the equilibrium positions at infinite time. That's why this curve not touching this displacement, this horizontal line. So hence this option critically damped is the correct solution for this question. So whenever there is a gun, it should not vibrate. If it vibrates, it will create more forces on the soldiers, so it's not allowed. At the same time, it will come to the equilibrium conditions in shortest possible time. So the option is critically damped systems. So the large field guns which come to initial position after firing in shortest possible time are critically damped. Answer is B, critically damped. Which of the following type of viscous damping will give periodic motion to the vibrating body? Periodic motion means is a continuous vibrations, undergoing vibration motions. So again see this displacement time graph. Only eta less than 1, that is underdamped systems, produce vibrations, that is they are undergoing periodic motions. The other two systems, critically damped and overdamped systems, does not vibrate. So hence only the underdamping systems produces periodic motions on a vibrating body? The answer is A, only under damping. The differential equation of the system shown in figure. These are three springs attached to this mass in parallel connections, and C is the damping coefficient. These are the two dampers. Dampers is nothing but shock absorbers connected to the mass in parallel conditions. We know that the equivalent stiffness when the spring is subjected to or connected in parallel condition is given by the sum of the stiffness. If it is series, we have to use this formula. If it is a parallel, you add all the stiffness to get the equivalent stiffness. And also we know that this is the general system subjected to periodic force. This system consists of a periodic force F0 sin omega t and a damper C and a spring with stiffness K or S, and there is a mass M. The differential equation is given by M into acceleration plus C into velocity plus K into displacement is equal to F0 sin omega t. This is the differential equation for forced vibrations. If this periodic force is removed, then F0 sin omega t becomes 0. Then the differential equation reduces to this, and this differential equation is known as damped vibration. This differential equation represents the damped vibrations, dV, damped vibrations. When the damper is removed, then this damping coefficient becomes 0. This reduces to this equation. This equation represents the free vibrations. Now, using these three relations, this is consist of the damper, hence use the second equations, mass into displacement along y directions, hence we can use y double dot. If it is x directions, you can use x double dot, and two dampers connected in parallel, that's why 2C damping coefficient. These two are connected in parallel, that's why it's 2C, and then plus K into X, stiffness. Three springs are connected in parallel, the equivalent stiffness is 3K and Y equal to 0. Now substitute the given values, you can get this, and divide by 25, you will get this answer. So option D is correct. The differential equation of the system shown in figure. You know that the differential equation for free vibration is mx double dot plus k into x equal to 0. Here mass is 3 kg and equivalent stiffness is 500 plus 500, 1000 into x equal to 0, divide by 3, we get this equation. So option is B. That is, here it is 333.333. So approximately we can mention it 333. So this answer B is close to this answer. For a vibrating body of mass m with the spring of mass ms and stiffness k, the time period is given as. We have derived these equations. So answer for this question is A. A wheel of radius 0.8 meters shown in figure is made to turn by 5 revolutions. What is the work done on the wheel? The mass of the wheel is 15 kg and the tangential force of 200 Newton is acting on the wheel. We know that work done of a rigid body is equal to work done on translational motion plus work done on the rotational motion, and translation motion is given by force into distance, and rotational work done is given by torque into angular displacement, because torque causes the angular movement, force causes linear movement. In this case, The wheel is fixed at this point, hence there is no linear motions, so this term becomes 0. And torque is nothing but force into perpendicular distance, so the force is 200, perpendicular distance is radius, 200 into 0.8, and angular displacement is nothing but 5 revolutions converting into radians, 5 into 2 pi, so multiplying it we get the work done is equal to 5026.5 joules.